Hello everyone, actually no over here, and this is a kind of an add-on to the full build guide that I did just before. I'm going to talk about the itemization and everything that we want on our character are the build that is the Lightning Lethal Mirage. We are going to begin with our helmet. If you haven't watched the guide, I'm going to explain this really fast, so I do recommend that you check it out. There is also going to be a written one, and this one is also important because I'm going to explain the idols that we use apart from the blessings and items. So, of course, here we have our helmet. I'm not going to explain everything with abilities like I did in the previous video. You only really want at least 2 to synchronize the strike. And then on the other prefix, you can get extra damage with daggers, dexterity, you can get mana efficiency if you want. You can get, for example, you can see here are my 2 mods. You can also get mana, because mana is quite good. Increased mana also, maybe. Now, everything here. Critical strike per equipped dagger. No, we don't want one. Poison chance, nothing. Throwing chance, not good. Increased damage is a good one. There's also armor shred duration. We don't really care about that one. Physical penetration and everything else, it's not that important. There's one that is kind of decent, the mana efficiency with synchronized strike, because it's going to cost a lot, and all of the level things are not important apart from the one that we have. For weapons, 2 full grid shards. Right now the 2 full grid shards that I'm using are effectively 1 LP, because I only got 1 prefix onto them. It's not super hard to get the 2 LP ones with decent mods. Of course, decent mods, the ones that we really care about are the flat damage on Lethal Mirage and the cooldown reduction. Cooldown reduction is really good, but the flat damage is even more important. Don't forget, of course, the increased lightning damage and the lightning penetration. Those are kind of decent. What we don't care is the increased physical damage on our implicit, because we don't really do physical damage, so we don't care that much about it. Now, the 2 mods that you want are flatlining, but this can be super expensive to get on if you are a merchant. But if you are KOF, you try to get flatlining, then critical multiplier. Those are the 2 mods that I have tried to put. I managed to get here, as you can see, 1, and here also 1. Then I got the stun chance and frailty, but you really want shred armor. It's one of the best. Also bleed helps a little bit to get those 20 stacks for one ability that we use. That is Lethal Mirage, of course. And same here. Stun chance is not bad, and it was the mod that I kind of got in those daggers, so I just stuck with it. But our 4 mods that we ideally want are critical multiplier, flatlining, armor shred, and maybe the last one is like a floater. You can get extra shock to shock with other things apart from Lethal Mirage. Not that important. Our chest, actually, it's not this one. It's the Ursul's Pride one. I just got a Kestrel with 3 LP and slammed a chest. I actually had really bad luck with that chest. I still have it here because I used a rune to duplicate it. So I actually missed 3 times a Glyph of Despair, trying to get vitality or void resistance off, but I got it with extra mirages and percentage health. It was really good. Now for the mods that we really want, one of those is Core. extra mirages, and then either armor shred duration, armor shred effect, armor shred effect, or armor shred chance. Chests don't have duration. Then you can also get the mana with synchronized strikes if you really want it, because you go really high on coated blades. If you don't know what coated blades is, this one, it's really the highest based ability, so you can do that one. But of course also damage with daggers, and those are kind of the most you can juggle on prefixes. Now for suffixes, increased health and health are really good. Then any resistance that can help you fail points, and those are kind of the places that I would really get, not apart from those. Now we go for our rings. Our rings, the best ones would be a Siphon of Anguish. You can of course get 2 LP, not super difficult. You want mana regeneration, lightning damage. You want mana regeneration because it's really strong on rings. But if you don't care that much about it, you can get lightning damage and elemental damage. But elemental damage I think is weaker than mana regeneration, as it lets you get higher on coated blades. Now for your belt, Shatter Chains with cooldown recovery. Really good, it gets really high. You can also get HP and other things. It's not that difficult to get a 1 LP Shatter Chains. You can even do 0 LP and it will still be really good, of course, with Siphon of Anguish. For the ring, you can use a rare ring with increased lightning damage and elemental damage, or mana regeneration. Mana regeneration might be better than elemental damage. Then for the suffixes, any resistance that kind of capture things. But the best in the slot would be a Jolra's Star Dial with increased lightning damage and increased elemental damage. Getting a 1 LP one, it's really easy. It drops a lot from tier 3 and tier 4 Julra. The hardest part, of course, would be getting the fodder for it. Of course, if you drop a 2 LP, it's going to be really good. Try to get those 2 prefixes. And of course, as always, for suffixes, cap everything on your resistances that you have left. For gloves, you can use rare gloves. Fighting chance are not like a huge damage upgrade, because 84 seems a lot, but we actually have so many percentage increases that it's not that incredible. A 5 mod glove with like tier 1 dexterity, tier 7 dexterity and other things might be kind of similar. You can use, of course, the best bases are the one with cooldown recovery and the one with extra mana. For example, if you can see here, those are some boots that I was using before I got the Bion Charge. But there's also these gloves that I used for fodder. And then these gloves that I was using for a while. These were the kind of ones that I wanted to get. Of course, instead of attunement, you can put strength for extra armor. And it will be kind of good. I was also using these ones for a while because it got extra health. Ideally, you want to use 5 mod gloves if you are going to put these ones. They give mana regeneration and are pretty good. As you can see here. You don't want the critical strike ones, but this one had extra dexterity, so it was kind of good. For boots, you want boots with a lot of cooldown recovery, like these ones. This, of course, it's good because we get less damage from critical strikes. You can also get boots that have just move speed and other things. You can cap critical avoidance and get the extra haste ones. And also use boots just with a lot of vitality or just move speed. Now, of course, Bion's Chariot. really good boots, the best ones. Getting these without LP, it's not hard. You do a tier 3 or tier 4 arena and it drops like a third of the times from Bion. You can also get a Penumbra ring that is kind of decent while doing things, but not the best. Now for Relics, the only important mod is for 2 lethal Mirage. Dancing Strike, it's whatever. Then the important things on your suffixes would be you can get health always, of course, on any of the places where you can get health, and then to cap your resistances, lightning resistance, and in my case necrotic resistance before I put my Omnis in. And for the other mod that is not dancing strikes, you can get critical multiplier or lightning damage or even all elemental damage if you chance on that on a Glyph of Chaos. Now lastly but not least, our amulet, we don't really super care about Omnis, it's just to fill my resistances, of course, and this plus to all skills is really good. I also forgot to say that the best relic is a Gambit of an Erased Rogue with +4 to Lesser Mirage and maybe critical strike multiplier or +4 to dancing strikes. For our neck, we can use Omnis, also Bleeding Heart can be really good if you get a 3 or 4 LP one, or just normal rare one. Try to get an Amulet of Life because damage over time is the heaviest damage on this game, and as you can see here, try to get it with Lightning and Elemental or critical strike multiplier. And then usually on the last mod I would want health or of course things to cap your resistances or get some shock or bleed or other places. Now for the thing that is special to this video that I didn't talk about at all on my guide itself, because actually I'm not 100% sure. Idols. Idols, there are many ways to do combinations. I have chosen to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of increased health and extra health. As you can see here, they are not top rolls, but at least try to get the 5% health and 20 health. As you can see, some of them I also dropped them myself and others I bought. Now for the little ones, I really recommend to get armor and lightning resistance because in the future you will use the Ursel sprite. You see here also armor and health works. And for our 2 offensive ones, you can use critical multiplier and shred effect or critical multiplier and extra damage while wielding a dagger. There is also big versions of this that you can put 1, but you get extra less multiplier, but you can get more shred effect, up to 90 shred effect, but critical multiplier I think the max is 30. You can put that one here and fill it with 2 more little ones. Of course, one thing that I also did for a lot of time, you can forgo some health if you really want and get 2 more of these here. You can also kind of get the middle ground and use a large one here and get one of these back. But I don't recommend it that much because we already don't have that much health. Now, of course, as for health, you can put a lot more health in your gear if you have a good Omnis and get a lot of resistances there. You can put health like I did in your ring, in your belt if you eventually get a 2LP1, same thing with the boots, and in your gloves. You may also get some health in Relics and other things. Now I will repeat this part, but if you only watch this video, blessings, really important one, shred lightning resistance, and then I got some things to cap my resistances here. You can get armor or extra dodge chance here, all resistances to cap resistances. And then for shard drops, class shard drop, 100 and unique drop rates. I would get this Winds of Fortune grade 1, maybe, to get more daggers and other things. But those are the most important places to care. So that is everything. If you want to know about the abilities and other things, you can check out the written guide when it's actually done. I would like to finish it this weekend. Or the video guide if you are more of a hearing learner. It's just the video before this one. I'm also going to put it in the annotations at the beginning if you kind of want to come back. So that's all, and have a nice day.